WWE 2K26 has been announced, and it is looking like it could be an absolute masterpiece that could end up being amazing. Today, in this video, I'm going to be going over all the stuff about WWE 2K26 that has been revealed. It's, of course, release date, what consoles it released on, and what the gameplay will look like. So if you're going to enjoy this video, it's going to be nice to record. Always remember to smash that subscribe button to the flipping channel. And let's get into this one. So, of course, we know the cover star is the best in the world and the current World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk. He's been the cover star for the first time since WWE 13, that released back in 2012, nearly 14 years ago, since his last WWE cover. Of course, returning at Survivor Series 2023, coming up 2.5 years ago. CM Punk is back, being the main guy and on the cover of a WWE 2K game for the first time, of course. He's never been on the cover for a 2K game before a WWE game. It's his second time. And he's back in business. And I think this could be the right option. It was heavily rumoured that he was going to be the cover star, and I predicted it. I said that CM Punk would be the cover star. There was a lot of rumours about the OTC Roman Reigns doing it for a second year in a row, but it'd be very unlikely that it'd go for the second person, of course, for a second year in a row, if you know what I mean. I don't think they've ever done that before. Rumours of Seth Rollins after the great year he had to be in Money in the Bank, of course, World Heavyweight Champion, having the Vision, WrestleMania main event win, and he didn't get it. He was nowhere near and nowhere to be found. So quite surprising. I'm also just kind of happy Cody Rhodes didn't get it. This is not even a hate toward Cody Rhodes. Like the guy, I just did not want him to get the cover. Of course, he was the cover star for WWE 2K24, which of course is nearly 2 years old now. But I just didn't need him to be the cover star again. But it's such a WWE thing that they'd give him the cover again. But thank the Lord they didn't. So CM Punk was the right option if we look at it. I look at all the other options, he was always going to be the favourite because CM Punk, he had quite a good year. Of course, main event WrestleMania for the first time ever, became World Heavyweight Champion twice, of course for 5 minutes, and now, of course, holding it since November 1st, beating main event Jey Uso, Santos main event. But he's had a great year all round, you know, with other rivalries against Division, faced John Cena in his retirement tour for one final time, put on some of the greatest matches this year, you know. Some of the greatest matches of his career. That John Cena match, of course, at Night of Champions was so good. That WrestleMania main event was amazing. And there was a lot of matches teased for the future. But overall, CM Punk had a great year, and I don't like CM Punk. I've said this many times. He is not my favourite, and he'll never be my favourite. I don't really like his attitude. I don't like the way he goes around and the way he goes around with things, you know. But I respect CM Punk for that, and I think him getting the cover was the best idea, and it's the perfect time to do it. You know, him being champion right now, having having some of the most momentum he's ever had. In his career, he finally deserved this cover to be back on top of WWE. So let's talk about gameplay then. Gameplay this year looks absolutely amazing. Of course, people say it doesn't really look any different to WWE 2K25, 24, 23, whatever. Well, it is. It is different. If you look at the minor details they've put in, you can see the quality upgrade and how much better the game looks this year. The attires, the entrances, the camera movements, the camera, of course, angles. It is all just so much better. Matches look so much better. The bars for pin and everything and kickouts. It just looks all so much better in the gameplay trailer that we all saw. And if you've not seen it now, go to the WWE Games page on YouTube, Twitter, whatever, you know. It will be on there because it was promoted at the Royal Rumble, of course, last week. And it's all over social media now. So if you haven't seen it yet, go and watch it. I have seen it. And they really just showed a lot of entrances. It wasn't really a lot of gameplay. But we saw a couple of new features being added before match. You can kind of show respect, shaking your opponent's hand, and then kicking them in the gut. So it shows you it's just kind of a heel move. There's a lot of upgrades coming to Universe mode, I've heard. They're really changing it up. You can now have a draft in Universe mode, which is something we've been crying out for years since the draft got added back in WWE 2K24. But we've been crying out for that for years. And Universe mode has not really been one of their biggest priorities. So to finally get an upgrade on this, for the first time in 3 to 4 years, it is amazing that we're going to finally see something different. Because it was always a mode that was singled out to the others. My gyms will get a lot of change, but I'm not going to moan with that. My gym, you can't do a lot with it. Of course, last year, there was an online mode added, which was really, really sick idea. I've done it a couple times with my friends, you know. It is a really sick idea, and I'm really happy that got added. That was, of course, last year, so we're going to move on from that. But just the general play for certain matches, it's smoother gameplay now. It doesn't feel like a button mash game anymore. It feels like a proper wrestling match. It doesn't feel like you just got to spam buttons to try and get out of it. Of course, there will always be a little bit of spamming because that's 2K. It's a wrestling game. You're trying to throw punches all the time. You have to kind of spam buttons sometimes. But it is going to be a bit different to 2K25. Be a smoother gameplay. Might be slower, might be faster. I think you can change that manually though through the settings from what I know. Of course, showcase mode, we're going to have 2 showcase modes for the first time in nearly 10 years this year. Of course, getting a CM Punk showcase mode and a Monday Night War showcase mode. Of course, that being the highest edition at £140. That includes, of course, WCW versus WWF back in 1997 to like 2000, of course. And then we're going to get CM Punk showcase, the cover star every year gets their own showcase. Roman Reigns was a bit different. It was about his family, Cody Rhodes. He didn't get his own showcase. We got the WrestleMania 40 Years Edition showcase. But, that's quite acceptable. But CM Punk does deserve it. CM Punk's had some of the greatest matches ever. Morley against John Cena, of course, had some great matches. The WrestleMania main events. Some other WrestleMania matches against The Undertaker, of course. Against Brock Lesnar before he's faced at SummerSlam. We're going to get some very, very good matches in there. So his first World Heavyweight title win, maybe his first WWE Championship win. It's going to be very, very good. But I'm really excited for this. And the gameplay trailer looks really good. Only showed a lot of entrances, really. We didn't see a lot of gameplay, but it is a big thing. So when we get into WWE 2K26 on March 13th, just to quickly reveal that to you, March 13th is when the standard edition will drop. March 6th is for all other editions. Of course, the King Kings edition priced at £90. The Attitude Era priced at £120. And the Monday Night War edition priced at 140 Great British pounds. It is a joke. I know. I fully agree with you. I know you're sitting there going, what? It's a joke. I agree. But, I think it's good because we're going to find it all out when the game comes out. So stay tuned because there'll be content on that 100%. They say save the best till last. Let's talk about one of the biggest things ever we've seen in 2K, or for the recent history. For the first time since WWE 2K14, Xbox One and PlayStation 4 will not have WWE 2K26. The old gen is finally being moved on. WWE 2K26 will be only exclusive to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2. This is one of the biggest things we've ever seen. But fans have been crying this out for years, especially last year. We thought it wouldn't be on there, because the PS4 and Xbox One are now nearly 12 and a half years old consoles, which really held the potential back for other consoles like the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S, of course. But just for 2K games in general, we saw such a holdback, and now this could be the chance where we push on and finally get some of the greatest looking gameplay we have ever seen. And this is the best idea 2K have made in a long, long time. A lot of fans wanted this last year, including me. I really respect the PS4 and the Xbox One. It gave us some great times, some of the best times in gaming in its history, of course. But it was time to move on. They just couldn't handle the new specs, of course, in featuring AI and all that now. It couldn't handle it. The 60 FPS range, it just really held 2K back. And now we could be seeing 120 FPS on 2K, which will be absolutely cinema. If we do, it will be cinema. I think it's very unlikely from 2K, but if we saw it, wow. Well, this will be a future video where I'm talking about this will be the best idea. That could be a video coming very soon, actually. Stay tuned, of course. But again, this is the best idea. And I do purely understand. For PS4 and Xbox One users still in the big 2026. But I purely understand because some people can't afford these consoles. But in a way, get your money up. Just get your money up, bro. I've had a PS5 since, of course, December 2020. Of course, I got my new one last year because my other one broke. But no, we're still on top, But get your money up. I understand you might be in poverty, whatever it is. Sorry, I said that so wrong. But we've got to move on. These consoles are 13 years old this year. Like, they're getting so old now, and we just need to move on and focus on the current generation. Because you look at it, the PS6, the next Xbox, they will be coming in about 4 years' time. That is the latest. We could see these consoles in 2 years' time. And we're only just coming off the PS4 and Xbox One. It's disgraceful, And we've got to see something big. And it shows you how long the PS5 will get. We could see something like W2K38 and the PS5 is still getting supported. I would not be surprised. But what do you think of this feature, of course? I want to hear your comments down below because this is a lot of fans that have debated on if it's a good thing and if it's a bad thing. Some users are really against it. Some users, or most users, I should say, are loving it. What do you think of the gameplay, of course? Do you think the gameplay is good? Do you think there's any difference to W2K25? But do you think it could be an absolute masterpiece? Of course, the cover star, CM Punk. Was it the right option for CM Punk to be the cover? You tell me. But thank you for watching the video. It has been nice to record. Always remember to smash that subscribe button to the flipping channel. And I'll see you at WWE faces soon. Goodbye, guys.